Hey guys, this is Game for 15, and I'm back at it with another video with the Red Wolf, my friend Denzel. What?
Your connection is kind of off right now. What?
Really?
Yeah, for some reason when I started recording, you started to get all laggy.
Oh, it's whatever. The same thing applies to you, as long as it's still hears stuff like that. It doesn't look laggy on my end, but okay. Anyways, hey guys, I know I'm a day late because I did make a discussion on my discussions tab that I would be making videos again Saturday. But as for you guys who are checking out this video, I'm probably gonna say it for future videos the rest of the week. If you guys have wondered where the hell I've been at the literally the past week, well, one, right now I'm in California again for spring break because my school's on spring break. So I'm back at home. That's how I'm spending my spring break. And then two, the reason why I have not made any videos or any uploads this past week, I literally got sick, and no, I did not get the coronavirus. I did not. I had the stomach flu last weekend, actually, which kept me in bed literally for 3, 4 days. And then, I was obviously too weak to make a video, and I just came to the conclusion I'm just going to do a video on Saturday/Sunday. Yeah, I am back. So if you guys were like, "Where is Camper 15?" His videos have been not there. That's kind of the reason why I had a little bit of the stomach flu, and now I feel much better than I did a Sunday ago. A Sunday ago, I was literally in bed the entire day. Did not get up, did not do anything, just was in bed. But I feel much better. Obviously, like I said, I'm back in California for spring break, and we are here to review My Hero Academia. I believe episode 20.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, episode 20. Also, this is the first My Hero Academia video after seeing Heroes Rising. So, if you guys, for some reason, have not seen it, I think yesterday was like the last days you could see it. Because I think I checked the Fandango app. You can't see it no more. As well as if you haven't seen that video and you've seen it, check out that video review because I literally talk, I think, about an hour on that video about it. That video is non-spoilers/spoilers for you people who still haven't seen it. But check it out. Go ahead.
21. Episode 21.
Oh, episode 21. Episode 21. My bad, episode 21 of My Hero Academia. So other than that, so let's get to the review. So anyways, like I said, Denzel corrected me. It's My Hero Academia episode 21. I guess we'll give quick thoughts about last week's episode since really we didn't get a chance to talk about it because I was freaking sick. Um, it was been essentially last week's episode was Eri coming to the school and essentially like looking around what the festivities is going to be taken at the school festival. We do have a little talk about Gentle Criminal and his real plans on how he's going to attack UA or infiltrate UA, and then we get more into, I guess, a little bit of the Deku and his Air Force Gauntlet stuff. That's really it. The one funny scene I just found that I take from the episode, which I totally find funny because so many people were alarmed and upset by this when they obviously talk about the beauty pageant thing. They show Nejire, and she's literally, boobs wide open. You can see her cleavage, and Deku's like, and stuff like that. I thought that was the funniest scene. I'm shocked that, sadly, not a lot of people were triggered. They actually were laughing because I know when Nejire was first revealed in her animation design, there were a hell of people triggered by Nejire's design. I'm shocked that there hasn't been some kind of outrage at the anime. There probably is maybe a mini outrage going on, but I haven't heard anything yet about that one scene. It's like, well, okay. Because I remember first watching that episode, I'm like, I feel like people are gonna have some issue with that scene, especially the fact Deku brought obviously implications to her boobs.
I I thought people should have figured it out by now. That Nezra is at least a more mature age. So
yeah, she's like 18 or something like that by now. So she's legal.
It would be triggered anyways.
I don't know. The people who are like social justice warriors saying you shouldn't over sexualized girls. It's anime. Calm down. They always over sexualize the girls.
Don't say that. There are gonna be those people who start hating on anime because of that.
Well, come on. It's an anime trope. Usually it's with the main character girls. They always over sexualize unless you're like Pokemon or some of the other kitty type of animes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Other than that, that's all I gotta say. It was a good episode last week. It was nice because it really aired like UA is like. I guess your quick thoughts before we talk about today's episode or yesterday's episode.
Let's just say I can't get over how adorable Eri is.
And then that's the red dress of hers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Now she does end up wearing the same dress she's going into this thing, so kind of weird that they want to switch it up. But hey, it's like any anime trope character; they always end up wearing the same exact thing every day. So, anyways, episode 21, which I think I should believe if the season has about 24 to 25 episodes, we only got like 3 or 4 more episodes left of season 4, and then it's over probably till maybe next October for season 5. But this episode's titled, obviously, just one of the easiest titles you can freaking remember, is Deku versus Gentle Criminal. So obviously, the episode starts off with them in the little auditorium where they're going to do their little concert thing. And they're just practicing until Hound Dog comes and tells them, like, literally, get the hell out of here. It's time for bed. But he walks in there. They, like, go back. They talk a bit. And they just kind of finalize some of their plans, and they're looking really forward to it. Now, the reason why Deku runs into Gentle Criminal later in the episode is he has to eventually, they look at these ropes because they call Deku over, and they're like, yeah, these ropes look like they're gonna break at any point if we use them in the concert. So Deku sees, like, yeah, that's too dangerous for Aoyama to be left hanging, because if he falls down and hurts himself, that's on me. So he was like, I'll go to the convenience store at like 8 o'clock before we have to start getting ready for the concert, which is at 9. And they're like, and I think Ida's like, wait, all the convenience stores open up at 9. It's like, no, there's this convenience store down the street from the school that opens up at 8 o'clock. So Deku, so obviously they all go to sleep, and then Deku, he wakes up pretty early because he's doing, his finger pistol training, and this is when we get Mei Hatsume, who's looking very dirty, very tired, if not very exhausted, comes through and gives her the Air Force gloves, Air Force gauntlets, whatever. So I guess if you haven't seen Heroes Rising, spoilers, those are the new gloves. That's how he gets the new gloves for the rest of the season. / if you were wondering why you saw in the trailers he has new gloves in Heroes Rising, that's how he gets them, because obviously Mei Hatsume makes it for him, but that's why he uses those Air Force gauntlets. And we do get to see him in action yesterday. So obviously they help him, basically control his finger powers without, I guess, put him on the edge of breaking, and it helps him use better control of them. Hatsume she's like, I left the manual for how to use them, and then she gets the hell out of here because she's like, I don't know, tired. She said she was gonna be like sleeping for like, I don't know how many hours, because she worked all night on them. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I can ask Denzel, like, what are your thoughts on the Air Force gauntlets?
I finally get to see them. I never understood this. Wouldn't it be better if they just stalled the movie until after season 4?
That would have personally been the better thing, but if that was the case, then you're talking about possibly getting the movie in March, late March, early
Hmm.
April. Maybe it's just a marketing ploy because obviously Heroes Rising came out in Japan in December and it came out in February and became one of the highest grossing anime movies of all time for Heroes Rising. That thing like made like 10 billion. Even with these virus fears and stuff like that. But yeah, so anyways, Deku, it's like how can I say like 8:20 or something like that because they have like a little timer in the bottom right hand corner. He goes to the convenience store to go get the rope, and then all of a sudden it hits 8:30. And this is when we run into Deku comes out of the convenience store, and then he almost bumps into, or well, he runs into Gentle Criminal. Now, Gentle Criminal and Labrava are wearing pretty, I guess, like trying to pretend act all secretive. He's wearing like Gentle Criminal. He's wearing like the big coat, like some big coat over his regular coat he wears. He's wearing like a little top hat. Well, not a top hat, but like, those little fedoras. Um, and he's wearing, one of those, I guess, mask, everybody's been wearing as of late if you go out in the public. LeBron, I forgot what she was wearing. She was kind of wearing like something to cover herself up, really. Do you remember what she was wearing?
Purple dress.
Well, her little secretive design so she wouldn't get caught.
I don't. I can't really it.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyways, they bump into each other. Deku apologizes and stuff like that, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay, my fine boy." And this is where Gentle Criminal starts effing up. And essentially, he brings up the golden tea. He brings up that golden tea, brand. Momo gave Deku and the others, like I think the last episode, and he just goes on a rant talking about that, and Deku like puts one on one together. He's like, "Golden tea tips. Voice feel sounds familiar." And in that one video with the guy who said this, the guy that sounds familiar, he was talking about tea. He puts one and one together. It was a funny scene because Gentleman was like, "Shoot, I got too much into talking about tea," and he's like, "Wait a second." And then right as he's from UA, and then Deck was like, "He's the guy from the video." It was one of the funniest scenes I saw. What did you think about that little interaction when everything's revealed who it is?
I was like, you're not criminal. You're so obvious.
Yes, I think he asked him, "How did you know, like, about the tea?" He's like, "Well, my friend said the tea is pretty rare because it's pretty expensive, and she gave it to us and stuff like that." And then he just goes into a whole tirade about it, and then that's when Deku puts two and two together and finds out who it is. So obviously, Gentle Criminal, he needs to work on keeping a low profile. Even LeBron was like, "Gentle, we should have just get out of here right now." But he was too fascinated about talking about tea. I was like, well, he's an Englishman. Heck, his English dub voice actor, he sounds like an Englishman, like someone from Britain. So, uh, yeah, that's all I can say with what's going on with that. So, anyways, he did take he Deku. He's slowly but surely, and this is with his Air Force guns on. And Deku's not wearing his hero costume or anything. He's wearing just a straight up shorts and a straight up jacket. He puts his groceries down and he's like, "You're trying to invade UA. What are you doing here?" Because Deku looks around and surrounding. He's like, "There's nobody here." And, General Revit takes off his clothes and, well, not all his clothes. He puts on his generic clothes he's been wearing the last couple of episodes. And Deku kind of interrogates him and questions him. Why is he doing what he's doing at UA? And Gentle Criminal explains what he's doing at UA. And then Deku in his mind, he's thinking about, what Principal Nezu said, the fact that if somebody infiltrates UA, or really what Midnight said in that one episode, which was last week actually, if anybody infiltrates UA, they're going to have to not only shut down the school, they're going to have to cancel the school festival. So that's the one thing on Deku's mind. And, later on in the episode, we do get a scene after when he was supposed to leave, after he was done talking to Eri and Togeda. We do get to see where Eri is like, I really am excited to see what's going on. And she has like a nice little, almost half smile. And it was really adorable. You cannot tell me Eri is like literally one of the best girls in anime. Now we do actually see her in a car with I think Mirio on the way to UA for the school festival. Like I said, she's wearing the same exact dress. I'm like, well, obviously you had cleaned it. Hopefully the hospital cleaned it for you. But yeah, so that was the one thing on Deku's mind because his thing is he wants to make Eri smile and he wants her to be happy. So he's like, I'm gonna have to stop you. And Gentle Criminal's like, well, you can try, but you're not going to do anything. And it's like I put my hand over. He puts his hand over to do something. Deku goes in for, I'm guessing, which is a punch. And he's basically stuck. And he's like, which was another funny animation shot. And essentially, he gets bounced back. And this is when we get the revelation of Mr. Gentle Criminal's quirk. And Denzel, would you care to explain what his quirk is?
He can turn like any materials into like rubber or something like. Even if it's anything he touches into like a bouncy.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of his quirk?
Nope.
So the name of his quirk is Elaxis. And essentially, it's like Denzel said, whatever object he makes, he can make essentially really like elastic, essentially. And that's where it is. He can even make the air elastic as well. So that's why when Deku hit with a punch, he couldn't break through it. Obviously, that's why it makes sense in past episodes why we could see him really jump super high and super far and look like he's flying because he's really bouncing off these, really invisible type of platforms essentially and stuff like that. So that explains his quirk. It's an interesting quirk. When I first was reading the manga and I saw it, I was like, how could it be used to a villain's advantage? He uses really good use of his quirk. It's one of those interesting quirks which you think couldn't be used in a smart way, but really it can be. It's like One Piece and Devil Fruit. You come across these weird Devil Fruit powers. How is that going to work? The villain ends up or whatever, whoever has that Devil Fruit ends up using it like literally to its best abilities. I guess your thoughts on his quirk, Denzel?
Well, he's a little more capable than I expected. Like I didn't think he would be like as difficult as he is. I just thought when I first saw him, he's just a character that's just there until you explain to me he's gonna play like a bigger role later.
Now, I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to remember the sequence of events. I think Deku, he tries to jump into the air to catch him. I think he misses him, and then this is when we see his Air Force gauntlets put to full use. So he charges up full Cowling. He remembers the training and stuff like that. Also, actually, a quick tidbit. All Might makes a point, like even last week, that he used a support item, and he was shocked at the aspect that Deku's little Air Force gauntlets, that support item is much smaller than what he had to wear because when they show him and with his support gear on, it looked like it was a full-on mech suit. Or the thing what we saw early, I think in an earlier season when Deku first meets Tatsume, which he literally almost got a spine broken by that mech suit, if you remember. But essentially, it was like something like All Might wore, but gold.
Yeah, that's actually kind of neat.
Anyways, we're not talking about that. Going back to the fight, he charges up his Air Force thing, and then it's so cool how it works because when he's about to use it, the thing kind of the little cuffs on his gloves kind of boost up and then like focuses in, and then he just takes the shot and he hits Gentle Criminal, and it basically knocks Labrava away and puts Gentle Criminal pushes Gentle Criminal into this construction site. So Deku then later goes to the construction site. They later have more discussions on why he's trying to attack UA and what his whole goal is. And essentially, this is when we get kind of the philosophy where Gentle Criminal is really doing what he believes is, his nature of trying to get attention and stuff like that. But we all kind of know Deku's whole thing of the fact that he's doing this to not only, I guess, for the school to protect the school and make sure the school festival's not being canceled. He's doing it because of Eri, because he wants to, I guess, you could say his girl, but I'm not going to say that, but I guess like a representation of a little sister to him, which I think is adorable. He wants this little girl he saved from literally an abuser to smile again, have a good time. And he doesn't want this dude to mess it up, as well as everyone else who's trying to obviously do that now. And this funny thing is, they're at the construction site. This dude's literally hanging from this little beam in the construction site, and he's just chilling. And he's like, they're just talking casually. Now, when they were before Deku even uses Air Force gauntlets, Labrava tells Junjo Criminals like, that dude's Izuku Midoriya. The guy from the sports festival. The guy who fought and literally broke his arm subconsciously. And then I found funny because Gentle Criminal was like, so you're telling me we're dealing with a madman? I was like, yes, you're kind of dealing with a madman.
That's partly true, yeah.
So obviously he's trying to escape because he knows Deku is determined to get him. And I think he even makes references like, you're pretty determined to do that. So they continue their fight. Deku tries to use his Air Force gauntlets again. And because Ginger Criminal, he's doing, I guess, the thing Deku always does when he bounces from place to place. But the thing is, he's using his elasticity. Jesus, this word is so hard. Trying to say that word 3 times. Elasticity to really bounce around and mess up his timing. So Deku uses it, and he actually hits himself. So obviously, and then I think Gentle Criminal like kicks him or something like that, and then what happens is Gentle Criminal's like on this beam, and there's like this civilian watching because Labrava told him, oh, like we're shooting like some kind of movie set, it's all cool and stuff like that. So Gentle Criminal takes these little the little screws out of the beam, and he starts bouncing on them like it's some kind of bouncy house. And he's just bouncing them up and down, up and down, up and down. And he's like, I took the screws out. So when this thing loses electricity, which I don't know when it will lose it, this will just drop and become a regular beam again. And Deku makes a point. He looks at the civilian, and he's like, oh, he could get hurt. So he bounces off, and he takes his leave, or General Criminal thinks he's got away. Deku goes in to stop the beam. He holds it up like Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming, had to lift up the rocks or whatever. Or, that iconic Spider-Man shot from the comics when he was lifting up the brick wall or whatever he was doing. Deku's kind of doing the one thing. I'm not to say that I don't have an issue with it. Obviously, it would be heavy for Deku, even with the current state he's at now. Bless you.
Thank you.
I just my thing is, I guess this is more of a nitpick, but couldn't Deku just go to a higher full Kaleen and just lift the little beam easier?
Is he on a higher level yet? Is he on?
Well, the highest we know can go to is 20%.
I'm not so sure, man.
I'm just saying, I thought Deku was much stronger than that, and I never thought something like that would give him trouble to lift. But then again, let's be real, Deku, when he was first training, he could barely freaking lift All Might with a bunch of other stuff.
Mm.
Who knows? But anyways, Deku starts thinking about all this stuff again, and obviously, for the remainder of the fight, that's probably going to be the one thing he does think about, how he's going to prevent him from stopping him. He holds the beam with one hand, which, okay, I guess I should not be underestimating his strength anymore, because I guess he's really stronger than he looks. He fires up his Air Force gauntlet again. He takes one more shot. It hits Gentle Criminal in the back, and then I forgot what Deku does with the beam. He goes after him, and then I think that's when the episode ends off, or does he tackle him?
He, if I'm not mistaken, just I think he just shoots him with the air.
Okay. Yeah. That's when the episode ends off. I was like, oh, damn it. Why do they always got to do this to the cliffhanger? Now, listen, people. The reason why I actually like that is because, one, reading this in the manga, this fight was really, really freaking good. Now, also before we end this video off, Labrava makes something, or she's monologuing within herself, and she asks Gentle Criminal, I think, should I use my quirk? So, I'm guessing next week we're going to get revealed what her quirk is. Obviously, I know what her quirk is. Um, I guess predictions, Denzel, what Labrava's quirk could be?
Nothing at all. I have no idea, as Sonic would say.
So, yeah, that's where the episode ends off. And like I said, the reason why it's disappointing because this is actually one of the better My Hero Academia fights. Visually stunning, right? Even in this first episode, it was visually stunning. The animation was on point. Now, not on point as My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, but I'll take it. Um, um, but this fight was a good way to start off this fight. And shockingly, now what I thought what would happen is they would start fighting. Deku and Gentle Criminal, they would start fighting like literally with like 5 minutes left to go in the episode. I thought that's when they would start fighting. I didn't think we'd get like legit really half this episode of that fight. And that's only the first half of the fight. The whole entire second half maybe be the next two episodes, which will be episodes 22 and 23. And if they end the season off at 24 episodes, that's when you can have the final episode of the season. But usually they have 25 episodes a season. So unless this fight gets dragged out, which I don't believe it will be, it's going to be interesting to see where it's going. The next episode preview seems interesting. Because there's this one scene where Gentle Criminal and Labrava are like face down and they look like they're crying at each other.
I guess that would be the climax of the fight.
I guess so. So like I said, obviously we're gonna get what I'm guessing could possibly be the finale of the fight. Now I know how the fight ends. I won't say anything, but it was a good episode, really good episode. I love my action episodes, guys. I guess Denzel, your thoughts?
I'm just super excited to see how Gentle Criminal's character develops along with his little assistant.
And we do get some character development moments with Gentle Criminal, but that's more really explaining his plan. And he was telling Deku, he's like, look, it's a win-win situation. Labrava's going to take down your little alert, your little signal to alert everybody. And I can do what I want while you have fun at your little festival. And Deku's like, I can't let you do that. And essentially, and Gentle Criminal's like, well, then you leave me with no choice. I have to get physical because we all know Gentle Criminal, he doesn't like to get violent or physical with people, and he doesn't like to fight. So essentially, he's like Gohan.
Yeah, I guess.
But Gohan who does bad things on YouTube that he shouldn't be doing, and Gohan that likes tea
and is old, and.
Other than that, that's really it of this episode we can talk about. So, any final thoughts?
I'm just excited for the next episode.
So, that's. Go ahead.
I'm bummed that they left it on a cliffhanger, but it's whatever.
Yes, it's always in the fights they leave it on these cliffhangers. Well, this is My Hero Academia manga. Well, if you're talking about cliffhangers, My Hero Academia manga always leave you on the cliffhangers. You have to wait till a whole week just to get the next thing. Well, no. The manga that leaves you on freaking cliffhangers is that dang Dragon Ball Super manga that leaves you on the cliffhangers, and you have to wait a whole month to get the next chapter.
Maybe.
That review will be coming out sometime in March. Other than that, that's all we gotta say for this week's episode of My Hero Academia. I gotta get ready for my Clipper game against the Lakers because, the Lakers, I think, suck. And the Clippers are great. Other than that, we're gonna get out of here. This is Camping 15.
And this is the Red Wolf.
We'll catch you guys in the next episode, or the next video. So if you like this video, leave a like. If there's a comment you want to leave on this comment regarding this episode, leave a comment. Also, hit that subscribe button for more My Hero Academia content and stuff like that. Other than that, we're going to get out of here. I'm feeling much better, so reviews will be up and going. Also, I will be making another review really after I'm done with this. And that will be about Pokemon, finally. I said I would be making Pokemon reviews, but now I will be doing that. Literally, probably I'll make that video today, uploads tomorrow, unless some other thing happens. Oh, wait. Because I think Supergirl comes back tonight. So, yeah. Other than that, we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys on the next video. And see you guys later for Supergirl if you want to see that video. Or see you guys tomorrow if you want to check out Pokemon. So other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace.